Invisible mice just ran across the screen.
Yeah, man, school totally rules.
It's bodacious. Marvin T. Glock, educational collaborator and semi-automatic pistol inventor.
Taxi!
Rules in action. Rules that keep things going smoothly and fairly.
Smooth, just like those sexy leather boots.
Rules that help us get where we're going. Help us work together and play together and live together.
Hey, it's a Woody.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about those leather boots.
We sometimes get along without rules.
Like in this game of Pig, the kids jump straight from P to G.
When many of us play together, rules make the game.
Alright, I'm throwing it to you. Well, never mind, you can just go.
Yay, it's time for math class!
I get to clean erasers.
Rules help us play fair with each other, so all can enjoy the game. Rules that apply equally to all.
How did he miss that? It's like the size of a beach
It's up
ball.
to each one of us to know the rules and follow them.
Make a break for it!
They'll never get
Head
us.
for the wall!
Making the rules more fair and more useful. Inside our school, we
It's
also
number 10
have
citation,
rules.
followed by Tiny Dancer coming up on the inside.
In our library, for example. Here, many of us use the same books and reference materials. So, we have set up rules to help make the library a good place to study and read, and to help all of us use the books more fairly. Of course, at times, some of us have trouble with the rules.
Hi, I have trouble with rules. Can you help
You
me?
have a book out overdue, and it's already been renewed once. I can't let you take out another until you bring that book back.
Pause and look up. Johnny speaks.
Look, I need that book, and this one too, for an assignment. Now just let me take it out and
Right here in the library?
bring it back next week.
No, I can't. It's the rule.
Yes, it's the rule.
Why
But
you
John
bleep,
needed
bleep?
the book.
I'm gonna bleep, bleep, right
And he
in the
wanted
bleep,
Betty to
bleep.
make an exception to the rule. Of course, she could not make an exception. But she suggested that John take his problem to the principal.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how she
I
worded
will.
it.
God, don't have a heart attack.
So John came to see me,
Principal see
to
me.
ask me to make an exception in his case. What should we tell people who want exceptions to the rules?
Suck it?
How can we show them that exceptions are unfair, that they spoil the game?
An Etch-a-Sketch?
That's it. They spoil the game. When you strike out in baseball, would it be fair to ask for an exception for another strike?
What about when you strike out on a date? Not that it's ever happened to me.
When you're in a hurry to get somewhere, you still wait at red lights.
No, I don't.
You know that exceptions would not be fair. Just imagine having an exceptioner in the
This
library.
movie was obviously
to
made
decide
before
that one
hazing was
person doesn't
outlawed.
have to bring books
Poor guy.
back,
Poor guy.
but another one does. Would this be fair?
Yeah, he's pretty much living his dream role here.
Would it be fair to make exceptions and excuse some people from paying fines while making other people pay?
I think the costume designer should pay a fine.
Well, John finally agreed that rules must apply to everyone,
Except him.
that exceptions are unfair.
Except him.
The rules are pretty important after all.
Except when they apply to him.
The rules are so important that we go to a lot of trouble to remind everyone of the rules.
Call me.
We post bulletins that remind us of the rules about fire drills, where to go and what to do, about school activities,
Ooh, I want to join
what
the
they do
pornography
and
club.
how they operate,
That's not what it says.
about safety on the streets near our school.
Obey your safety patrol and your thirst.
Watch for turning cars.
Or even better,
Rules
turning
for living
tricks.
together.
Move it or lose it,
We have
pal.
hall guards to remind us of our traffic
I'm gonna
rules in
break
the
your...
hall.
Oh, sorry, wrong guy.
Our teachers are always glad to answer questions about the rules.
What do I look like? Wikipedia?
Yes, most of the time we remember and respect the rules. But sometimes, some of us have problems because of not knowing the rules or forgetting them.
I forget, is it still ugly shirt week?
Mr. Blackwell sent me from gym class. I didn't know we were supposed to bring gym shoes to class today. We've been having a class outdoors. Until today.
Didn't Mr. Blackwell tell the class to bring gym shoes?
Well, I must have been absent that day.
I obviously took a pretty heavy blow to the face with a lead pipe.
Not listening very carefully.
Wait, what'd you say?
Alvin, whose job is it to see that you know the rules?
Simon?
Theodore?
Dave?
Sit down.
On my lap.
What could I say? How could I show Alvin his responsibility? How do you convince people that they must learn the rules? Suppose you are watching a game of work-up baseball. Say you've never played it, but you'd like to try.
I've never played it, but I'd like to try.
The rules these fellows use.
Hey guys, can I play with you?
You'd watch for a while, wouldn't you?
Oh, wait, isn't the ball supposed to be on a stand?
Greatest hit of my life. I've never hit a ball so far. I'm going to go home run.
Aww.
And traded places with the batter. Well, then you'd have some idea of one of the rules.
But waiter, there's a fly in my batter.
And you could look to see where the bases were. They might be just like regular baseball, or perhaps not.
Looks more like a freshly turned grave.
Then if you were given a chance to play, you'd ask some questions.
So,
Questions
do
about
you
the rules.
pitch or catch?
And then you'd play. And you'd have fun by playing by the rules.
We...
Now suppose you're in school on your way to a new class. Whenever you come into a new situation, you watch for rules. So, as you enter shop class for the first time, you look around.
Contemplate licking the table saw.
You see workbenches. Quite a few of them.
Bloodstained.
You'll probably be assigned to one, and it'll be up to you to keep it neat and take care of the tools there.
Make sure you take all your fingers home in a Ziploc bag.
One bandsaw and a rule. Whenever many people use the same thing, rules are necessary. Well, how do you get permission? You ask and find out.
Oh, where's your pinky?
That's another way to learn the rules. Look around you.
Where?
Read.
What?
Watch.
Who?
Ask questions.
Like what?
You can learn the rules if you try.
That's asking a lot from Mr. Blackwell's worst dressed.
Well, Alvin seemed to understand that it was his responsibility to learn the rules. And he promised to bring his gym shoes the next day.
Take 2 and call me in the morning.
You know, it's worth remembering. When we don't know the rules, or if we forget them, it's just as unfair to others as if we broke the rules on purpose.
Oh, that kid's like 75%
He's one of
pants.
our hall guards. He'd been waiting to see me because he had another question about rules.
Can I stop breaking kneecaps?
Well, we're having trouble on the west stairway. You see, that's supposed to be up only. But at certain times of the day, there's hardly anyone around the halls, and it's handy for some to come down the west stairs.
Whoa, whoa, fellas, can't you read?
But
You
I'm supposed
Ponley.
to enforce the rules. Well, Mr. Taylor, the hall guards just don't know what to do.
What to do? Counsel me, Obi-Wan.
That stairway isn't as congested as it was when our traffic rules were set up. Maybe they need changing.
Would you change the rule, Mr. Taylor? That might help.
Well, that's not my rule to change, Ernie.
That's hall monitor Ernest to
Don't you
you.
remember the student committee planned the whole...
Wait, where's he going there?
Okay, and speaking of rules,
You
he's
might
getting
like to study
dangerously
the
close to
problem.
violating the face-to-crotch rule.
Hall guards and then make suggestions to the student committee.
That's a good idea.
Look at those
We'll do
moves.
that.
He needs a man's ear.
Not at all. That's another important thing to remember about rules. They're set up to meet a need. And we can each take part in changing them if changes are needed. How are rules made? Our school board here in town makes some rules.
Insert your school district
After
here.
all, the parents hold them responsible for making this a good school. Our state government makes some overall rules for schools.
I need those
to give
books.
each
But
one
you
of
didn't
us a
bring
fair
back
chance
the
to
other
learn.
ones.
And through our own student representatives, make some of the rules
Look
too.
at Johnny Candy Cane here.
They help
He's
us
wobbling
find
like a
ways of
10
making
pin.
our life
He's
in
actually
school
hanging onto the
smoother
desk
and
for
more
balance.
pleasant.
He's
And
trying to
fair
break the
for
rules
all.
of gravity.
Our rules apply equally to all, with no exceptions.
With the exception of the rich
That is
kids.
part of making them fair.
You can get yourself something nice on me, sweet
Each one
cheeks.
of us has the responsibility of learning the rules and remembering to follow them.
Oh, put the sweatshirt on, please. We can't take that
And
shirt
we can
anymore.
work together to make better rules when we need them. And to use our rules to help make living...
Whoa,
at
we can
school
go up
more
and
happy.
down? Yes!
Two-way staircase.
Hey, Adolf, your sign's a little crooked.
You will straightens the sign.
And thus was born the world's first two-way staircase at John Muir Lincoln Washington Jefferson Kennedy Elementary.
From Corny Commentaries, thanks for watching.